I'm Sasha Nathwani, the director of Last Swim. And Last Swim is a coming-of-age story about a group of Londoners led by this 18-year-old British-Iranian astrophysics student, Ziba Sufi, who drags her friends for one final taste of adolescence because of something she's going through that she doesn't want to unveil. So I'm born and raised in London, and when I discovered my love of film in the 90s and the noughties, I recognised that all the coming-of-age stories seemed to be American. There was nothing that was British and nothing inherently London. So I wanted to tap into that. And I also wanted to tap into the energy of London in the summer because, again, in film, our reputation is one of being very grey and monochromatic. And I think when the sun shines in London, it has this really unique energy, and I wanted to explore that. In terms of why the character is a young woman, Ziba, is a combination of female cousins that I have. I happen to have a lot of female cousins, and I remember growing up, like Ziba, they were all academically strong, helped out at home, played a musical instrument, spoke 2 if not 3 languages, basically the opposite of me and my brother. So when I thought about the character, I thought, well, the other thing I should say about my cousins is they happen to all be in Iran. So while they were really competent and academically strong, they were in a society where they couldn't do the things that they wanted to do. So when I thought about the character of Ziba, it felt like there was an added sense of tragedy for the character to be here in London where she can do anything she wants to do. There are no societal barriers. But then due to the reasons that we go into in the film, not being able to embark on that academic future or any sense of future was more tragic. I mean, I had a really close, incredibly close relationship with my mum. There's something about Iranian mothers also, because Iran was used to very much be a matriarchal society, you know, so the mother was everything. And in the case of Ziba, she's basically raised by a single mother, so that bond is even stronger. But of course, Iranian mothers, like a lot of immigrant mothers, I'm sure, can be a little bit too pushy, and I think the atmosphere at home can be a little claustrophobic. So she's trying to break free a little bit. The other thing I wanted to explore with the film, anyone with any kind of dual identity, is how you're one person at home and you're another person when you're out and about with your friends. So at home, she speaks Farsi, she listens to Iranian music, eats Persian food, but when she's out with her mates, she's just like any other Londoner. So I like that, and I think that, again, because of the diversity of London, that's very representative of the city, where you can be many things. And that's not just a statement on race, it's a statement on gender or orientation. So that diversity goes in lots of different ways, and I wanted to play with that a little bit. So we were greenlit in September of 22. We were supposed to shoot this film in 2022, but we missed our window to shoot because it's a summer film, and we were greenlit in September. So we ended up shooting the following May and June. But that meant that I had 6 months to work with the cast. So I spent most of my time with Diba, who, this is her first time as a central character, only her second film role. So we spent a lot of time together. We brought in an acting coach as well. And then I brought the cast together in 2s and 3s. Diba and Lydia spent a lot of time together because we needed that female friendship to really resonate. And then the boys came in last. By the time we came to shooting, they were just like their own mob of friends. They were really close. They were hanging out outside of me scheduling rehearsals and stuff like that. And they were just like rugrats, you know. I was often like screaming at them on set, telling them to like get ready for the take. We did a lot of rehearsing, and I wanted to give them a lot of room to bring their own experiences of growing up in London to the characters. And if there were lines in the script that they wanted to tweak, I mean, if there was a turn of phrase that they wanted to deliver in their own way of speaking, we would record the rehearsals, and Helen and I, my co-writer, would listen to everything, and we would start tweaking the script. It was basically just giving them the opportunity to improvise and play with the roles. And we also did this thing, so we shot for 4 weeks. The first 2 weeks, I would tell each actor specifically what I wanted them to do or what their character would be thinking in this moment. And in the last 2 weeks, rather than telling them what they should be doing, I would ask them what they were doing, and they would tell me. They really inhabited the characters, and that was a really lovely exercise. You know, you craft the character, and then you give the character to the actor, and it becomes their possession. And I think when you give them that sense of ownership, they bring something really true to the performance, and I think you feel that in the film. The film industry, due to technology, has changed immeasurably in the last 10, particularly the last 10 years. You don't have to go to film school now. The technology is there. You can shoot things on iPhones. You can learn about storytelling structure. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. Films that you love, read the screenplays, then watch them again. Films that you're interested to see, try to reverse that. So read and then watch, and then watch and then read. And the thing about our industry, which is challenging for many people, is that there isn't a defined route to your destination. But I would say just try and get on set. I went to film school, but my real film school education was working as a runner and a PA. And I worked on big sets and small, and I was just a sponge. I just took in the experience of being on set, and each set is different, until I had the confidence to go and start making my own stuff. So it's just about immersing yourself in the culture and having an open mind, and constantly trying to, even, the greatest filmmakers are still learning, even those who are making films in their 70s and 80s. So yeah, that's what I'd say.